All right, sweet. Perfect. Welcome to the long take. Today is January 12th. I know we just did one, but we had some kind of big news dropping in that Top Gun 3 just got its announced, which is huge.
Danger
Not
zone.
big time danger zone today. This is one where I feel like it's an obvious one where like Top Gun Maverick destroyed the box office, like kind of like we joke around like about saving movies, but kind of did a little bit. So I feel like it's a big time no brainer, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt, save the movie industry in a way. Like, I mean, people forget that was literally what brought the theaters out of COVID. Was that movie? It's a no brainer doing the sequel. Now, do I think they should? Probably not. But I also didn't think they should do the last one either. So shows what the fuck I know. Like, don't bet against Tom right now. Just don't bet against him.
Exactly. Apparently, discussions about the script started late last year. Cruise and company still need to sign off on the final version. They are hoping that they get Kaczynski back on to direct again. And I think they had the script writer for Top Gun Maverick is going to come back in and do this as well. Like they are confirmed to come back and try to do this next one. But yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. It was awesome. It was one of the again like hugest like I would say not like pleasant surprises because it's not like you enter the movie and we're like no way this is good, no way this is good, but it was way better than not only we expected, significantly better than the first one, and just one of the best movies of the year. It was crazy how good it was and how influential it was.
I would say that most people were pretty down on it. Like, I think almost everyone. That's what it seemed like. I mean, even the hardcore fans of the original didn't want a second one, which is fair because it's like at that point and still to this day, like a lot of these like legacy sequels and requels and whatever the fuck reboots, they don't work. Like they're bad or they're lazy. There's no care put into them.
It's cash grabs.
Yeah, and I mean Tom Cruise had a reputation. I think he's kind of shaken that, but
yeah, and I think that it's like a fair assumption not only for us at the time to be wary of it, but everyone else. But I mean, this was awesome. I now I feel like it's like okay, you tested the waters, it worked out. I'm with you, and then I'm like, I don't know how you do a third one, and it has that same sort of juice. But I will say, like a lot of the juice that it had was like, they're so simple. They're such simple movies, and as part of that, we're doing a little draft today. We're gonna make our own Top Gun 3. We're gonna give you two new co-stars, an antagonist, a base storyline. We threw a little miscellaneous in there as well. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit of that as because as we try to figure out how we do a Top Gun 3. But I do think part of the beauty of both Top Guns is that it's very simple. You don't even really get a bad guy. It's just here's nameless, faceless bad guy one. And that is just like it's the dumbest thing. Where in almost any other movie that wouldn't work, but I guess because it's Top Gun, we just kind of give it the.
I still think it didn't really work.
Yeah,
like just say it. Just say Just say who it is.
Just say Russia. Say whatever. It doesn't matter.
We know.
Exactly. Yeah, but great news for the movie industry. Great news for Cruise. Great news for anybody that likes these type of movies as well. But yeah, let's do a draft. Let's do a quick draft.
You want to hit
bang out a quick draft?
What's there news yesterday? Oh, by the way, we got to hit on pivoting off the Tom Cruise stuff. The fact that you said yesterday, and I guess it's a comment, but like you said yesterday morning, Kendrick says because Tom Cruise is signed this big deal with Warner Brothers. He's like, hey, Edge of Tomorrow 2. That's what they need to be doing. And then 30 minutes after we get done streaming, of course, news comes out. Oh yeah, Warner Brothers wants him to do it.
Just how it works. And then of course I talked about wanting a cape, and then Will wearing a cape that night. Unbelievable. But yeah, just how that works out. Yeah, I don't think anything major dropped last night, right?
No, there's like there was that No Way Up, the shark movie. The shark.
Oh, the shark attacking the plane.
Shark on a plane. Yeah. Did you see Scorsese last night saying he's stoking the flames a little bit? He said he wants to do another movie with Daniel Day. That's kind of nuts. Like, I think he's the one guy who could actually get Daniel Day-Lewis out of retirement right now. It's like him and Paul Thomas Anderson, probably.
Yeah, those are the only two directors I think he respects enough to come out of retirement for. Yeah, I don't think like Michael Bay would draw him out. No, that'd be hilarious.
I mean, that would be like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm actually like, I'm cosplaying every day as like Mark Wahlberg. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to get into the fucking zone. He just starts talking like a douchebag.
It would be hilarious if that was like the final movie he does, is just like one Michael Bay movie for the road.
Daniel Day-Lewis just does a trash movie just to show he can do a trash movie better than anyone else.
Yeah, he could. I believe he could do it. I don't. He's never really been in like a trashy entertainment value movie that I could think of. So like, why not?
Yeah,
why wouldn't he at least
Gangs is the closest thing.
Yeah, and even then, it's like it's not even really. It's more of a drama. It's not, I'm thinking
it's
like
a
big
sprawling
explosion.
3-hour. Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Last of Mohicans, kind of.
Even that's more like
a drama. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like pure turn off your brain action, like dumb movie. And I feel like every actor, that's just how the process goes. It's like you do at least a couple of those before you make your big break. He never really did that, just because I guess that's whatever his route. But yeah, I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
no shit.
I would love to see
DDL wants
to
come out.
They both like, you know how mad De Niro and DiCaprio would be if Scorsese's like final movies stars Daniel Day-Lewis instead of one of them.
I could see him doing The Beekeeper. It'd be kind of cool.
Like for some reason he has like the best stunts you've ever like. He's like Jackie Chan out there.
I watched The Beekeeper yesterday.
When the fuck did Daniel Day-Lewis learn Taekwondo? Oh yeah, that's where he's been for 10 years. He's actually been in Tibet training
nonstop. Yeah, I watched Beekeeper yesterday. Very like dumb but fun. I don't know.
Does it deserve to be seen on a big screen, or is it a TNT movie?
I think kind of both. Like, it's not a movie where I'm like, holy shit, you need to make sure you catch this before it leaves theaters or something like that. Like, I don't think I would put it in that category, but like,
so bad. Everything is so bad right now. I'll probably end up doing it. I'm doing Mean Girls later today.
Oh, that's right, Mean Girls. I forgot that came out today. And also the Jake Johnson movie came out today too. What is that? Self-Reliance? That's on Hulu today.
Yeah, I'm hearing it's bad. I may not be able to watch that if it's bad.
Yeah, I heard bad things. But Mean Girls, I've been hearing a lot of good things, but I feel like a lot of it is
like, really? See, I've been hearing bad.
Like, yeah, so that's the thing. It's like a lot of like the news you hear, and I've talked about this before, like the early wave critic reviews are always just so homerish, where like you literally cannot trust a word they say. So like that wave, I think, was very positive, what you expected. But then like a little bit of that second wave was kind of positive. But I think a lot of it was like, I don't think I can insult this movie without getting a lot of backlash. So they didn't do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just going off like some of the like more Gen Z people I follow on Twitter who have already seen it. And like, obviously that is who the movie is very clearly directed at, like very much directed at. Fucking TikToks in the middle of the movie, but they've hated it. Like they've like hated it. Said it's like just cringe as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited, honestly. That one video of the whole audience just groaning was so funny.
I'm kind of excited for Argyle.
Argyle, I mean, I like Matthew Vaughn. So
I like Vaughn. I like Matthew Vaughn. I like anything he does. It looks stupid. It looks bizarre, but I mean, that's a great crew. In that movie.
Like it probably like Kingsman looked the first Kingsman when they were running trailers for that. It looked just as stupid as this. Yeah. I remember thinking the Kingsman was going to be dumb as fuck, like some James Bond kitty bopper like ripoff. And then of course it comes out and it's just like, oh, this is like fucking awesome.
That lost its juice fast though. That one was the sequels were rough.
I think 2's fine. 2's good, but it's just such a fall off from 1.
2's not.
It has cool moments. It's got Elton John. It's got Elton John.
Yeah, Elton John doing a fucking like spinning roundhouse kick on Julianne Moore or whatever.
Dude, but when Julianne Moore tosses that guy into the meat grinder, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. It makes a burger from him.
I think that maybe the best Kingsman moment is Hitler showing up as a post-credit in the third one. So like, I got this brand spanking new guy. He's a painter from Austria. He really wants to meet you. And he's like, what's your name? Hitler. Adolf Hitler. And then it's like, oh my God.
You know what I was thinking of last night?
I heard this is bad, by the way, the TED show.
Oh yeah, I saw a clip that they put out. There's, you know, like if you put out a clip first day, like that's gonna be your strongest like moment. It was just not fun, not funny at all. But I was thinking last night, because I can't remember, Harlem Globetrotters had hit up on my timeline for some reason. German people, I didn't want to tweet this out because I don't want to get in trouble. German people are the Washington Senators of movies and television. Like anytime you need just a quick, easy win, good guy win, a team to lose, you just put a German in there.
Yeah, no, that's we said this with what do you call it? Indiana Jones. Like killing Nazis always plays. It's
Yeah.
just always an
Or just
instant win, no
German.
matter what.
They'll
I
just
guess so.
dance around
Yeah,
and be like German.
in a
Eastern
bigger sense, like a
European.
Hans Gruber.
Yes.
Yeah, Eastern Euros, I think, take the bigger brunt of it because that also includes like the sort of Russian bad guys and everything like that. But you get a guy that accent in there, it's easy to be like that's the bad guy. Instant like ID, like caveman brain, like ooga booga, like that's a bad guy.
He talks like that one guy. Remember him?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah. One guy shows up and he's like, "Hello, I am tech specialist Alexei Ivanov," and you're like, "Oh, caveman brain, bad guy." Just drilled into us from like years of American propaganda too. But yeah, that TED show heard no good, so I'm staying away from that. And not what I really wanted to watch anyway. So
No, not even a little bit.
not even a slight amount.
Like without Mark Wahlberg, like kind of loses the appeal.
Yeah, just not for me. I feel
That's what made it funny. It was like an old, like a guy in his 20s or 30s, like smoking weed with a teddy bear. That's what made it funny. A kid hanging out with a teddy bear, just like grow up, you fucking nerd.
Yeah. Oh, and they're making just to add on to that, they're making another Young Sheldon thing. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's a spinoff of the brother or something.
A spinoff. I think it's a spinoff of the parents when they were younger.
Oh, shut the fuck.
I think it's the
just keep going back generations and generations.
Yeah, just going back generations of the Sheldons. Like, I know we always joke around like, who the fuck is watching this? And it really is just like the old people and stuff like that. But like, really, who the fuck was like watching Young Sheldon to a hit level where it's like we need to make more of this. We need to make whole other eras of the Sheldon family.
Yeah, baby Sheldon.
Yeah,
just a baby.
Fucking stupid, dude. It's crazy. But that's like all that network TV where it's like they just make shows for nobody. Well, like nobody are even remotely close to our age or in that sort of sphere. Make Bob Hart. By the way, in Bob Hart Abishola, Bob getting skinny. Something I only just realized. The fuck? That's not right.
Wait, he got skinny?
Yeah, Bob from Bob Hart Abishola.
I don't like
dude,
that.
Dude, take a look at a picture of him. He's like fucking thin as a rail. It's crazy. I think
that's like Adele. That's like Adele getting skinny. I don't like that either.
By the way, this is I think on NBC, not Baby Sheldon. Sorry,
TED show. That's on Peacock. Yeah,
yeah, it's Peacock, right? Monarch finale. I'll be honest, I fell off. I think you did too, right? But
I heard the finale was really good from like normal people in my life who don't really keep up with this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to younger Sheldon.
Goo Goo Gaga Sheldon. What if they just he just has an inner monologue when they do the parent show, the baby, to get the baby involved, baby Sheldon, just the inner monologue, but he sounds like Stewie.
They do Look Who's Talking or something. Right? That's the one with Travolta and Christy Alley, where you like they voice the sperm.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So. R.I.P. Durs. I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Dude,
don't spoil it.
Come on. R.I.P. my dog Tony Stark.
You just R.I.P. my dude Tony Stark did. I'm with you on this. I kind of fell off. I was just like, I was into it, and I suddenly wasn't.
I'm in the same boat. The modern stuff was just such a fucking drag for me, but you couldn't skip it, and still pay attention to the show. So I was like, fuck. I'd rather the show had just been 4 episodes of shit in the past.
Yeah.
Shit in the past is cool.
I've never watched For All Mankind. I've heard nothing but great things. I really got to start that.
I watched like 4 episodes and I liked it, but then I just didn't keep watching it. One of those, just forgot about it. Maybe go back to it.
Oh, no, it's a space thing and Joel Kinnaman is involved, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I really should.
Brother, you interviewed Joel Kinnaman for that movie, I think, or for that show.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure.
No, I think it was for Suicide Squad.
Was it for Rick Flag?
We might have talked about it For All Mankind, but I definitely never was like, oh my god, For All Mankind. What a program. what a picture. I never watched it, but yeah. He's cool. I obviously love Joel Kinnaman.
Shane, you're absolutely right. It's a perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with it.
Very few things that you can point out that are bad about it. But yeah, Top Gun. let's do a little Top Gun draft, and then we can do more audience questions, stuff like that. So again, Top Gun draft for Top Gun 3, 5 categories, 2 new co-stars, 1 antagonist actor, a base storyline, and then just a little miscellaneous, throw in whatever you want. We could do it like all at once. You want to do yours? It's not really like a draft. It's really just building it.
I'll go with my first star. I'll just go down the list. So star, antagonist.
Yeah. And then
And
storyline.
then I'll do miscellaneous, and then I'll do storyline. So the whole thing will just kind of come together. First star, I'm taking. I mean, this guy gets cast and everything, so this is kind of lazy casting. Might be Timothée Chalamet. Might be a little thin, a little dainty, but I think like you got to have a young star. You got to have a young star to pair with Cruise. That's kind of the formula. And we're gonna go with Timothée Chalamet for the first co-star.
Okay, first co-star Timothée Chalamet.
Scotty, we posted our Poor Things review literally yesterday. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet
on YouTube. Yeah, he might turn into actual bones. That's true.
Don't worry, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Daddy Cruise is gonna take care of him.
You do all of yours first, and then I'll do all mine. I feel like that's the easy way to do it.
Okay,
that way we could piece them together.
My second co-star is going to be Jacob Elordi. Another hot.
You're trying to get the fucking studio, the what do you call it? Gen Z is gonna fawn all over this movie. Jesus.
Oh, I'm trying to make money. I'm a producer here, Kenjack. That's my fucking job. All right, sit down, shut up. We're gonna go with Jacob Elordi's big, tall Australian ass. He's gonna do a Southern accent. He's gonna do a Texas accent this time. Yeah, he's gonna be a great co-star. By the way, their nicknames so far: Timmy's gonna be Peacock. And then Jacob is going to be Python.
Why is Timmy not Peach? That's like the easiest.
That's a good one. I'm actually going to change it. Yes, Peach.
Yeah,
it'll be Peach and Python.
Peach and So better Jacob Elordi's call sign is just kissing booth. That'd be kind of funny.
Listen, once you see where the movie's going, it might be a kissing booth sequel. Villain. I didn't realize we were doing actor for villain. I put down British billionaire.
Okay.
It's going to be played by a woman. I was thinking when she said actor. Let's go with who's the girl with the raspy voice from the Fantastic Beast movie. She's been in a bunch of stuff. I don't know why that was the first thing.
The raspy voice
from Waterhouse. I want to say is her last name.
Waddingham?
No, not Hannah Waddingham.
Hannah Waddingham? She'd be a good billionaire. She obviously already played that.
It's going to bother me.
Waterhouse? Not Suki Waterhouse, obviously.
No.
Are you thinking of Sam's daughter, Catherine Watterson?
That might be it.
Okay.
I just thought of the most British person I can think.
She is super American though.
Catherine Watterson.
She's very American.
She's American?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
She also plays an American in the movie.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't want her then. Who's a British lady? Who's a British actress?
Do you want an old British billionaire or you want like a young British billionaire?
I want her to be in her about 50s, I think.
50s?
Brown hair.
Watterson's like 32.
Oh, man. Maybe it's just the voice.
Jesus.
British actress.
Yeah, definitely not the right person. Definitely not the right actress. We're thinking it's two different people.
Are you
thinking
Emily Mortimer is who I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Yeah, very different.
Emily Mortimer is who I want. Okay, there we go. Yes. Born in 71, perfect age.
Yeah.
Yes, in Mary Poppins. Very fucking British.
Yeah. No, that's a good pick. I like that. I mean, Olivia Colman would be really good.
Yes, Olivia Colman would be great, but I'm already committed after I finally got to the name I was looking for. Olivia Colman's also like 70. Actually, fuck it. Give me Olivia.
70.
Wait, no, Olivia Colman. I don't want Olivia Colman. Yeah, I'm staying with this British hag. And then my miscellaneous has to be directed by Luca Guadagnino.
Yeah, there we go. So they're going to be gay fighter pilots.
But I didn't say that.
You implied it. You implied it heavily.
I didn't say that. Peach and Python. What is there? What are you thinking? All right. Should I give the plot?
Yeah, hit it.
It's a mouthful. I wrote it down.
I wrote down a lot too, so don't worry.
All right. Coming in 2025, Top Gun bottom. When British MI6 agents discovered that one of the most famous billionaires in their country, a world-renowned author, is developing a virus at a secret facility in the Virgin Islands, they call on their U.S. allies to bring in the world's greatest pilot, Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, out of retirement. A specially designed two-man aircraft is necessary to stop the evil plot as the island has immense natural coverage and a local civilian population. So Maverick pulls the two top students from Top Gun to decide on who will accompany him in the aircraft. Enter Peacock, played by Timothée Chalamet, and Python, played by Jacob Elordi. Peach, yes, sorry. Peach is a dainty, timid young man, but shows that he's willing to do whatever it takes. Python is an assertive alpha who doesn't take no for an answer and is always the one in control. Watch as Maverick builds relationships with these young men, both in their cockpits and out, making the decision that much more complicated. Will he be a top or will he be a bottom? Find out in summer 2025.
So you have Twink Chalamet getting fucked by Dom Bear, not Bear.
No,
I don't know.
Dom,
What
yes.
I guess it's
Daddy Dom, Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tom Cruise. I thought it was a Lordy.
Yes.
Where's the
yes.
Lordy coming to play there? Both.
Or he chooses to go with a Lordy, and in that case, Daddy Tom is the bottom. So he'll either be the top or he'll be the bottom.
Okay. I think I'm figuring this out now.
Yes. It's a love triangle. It's a cockpit movie. Where's Io Edibiri in that? She's in Ireland.
As in, she's in Ireland getting ripped on Guinness, dude. She's having a time of her life.
But yes, I'm making a gay military movie about stopping someone who may or may not be based on J.K. Rowling.
Don't ask, don't. What's a aviation term that rhymes with tell?
Tail? Isn't tail part of a plane?
Yeah, but it is. But like, I don't know if that. Let's see, tell. Or rhymes with tell? Don't. Yeah, shell's not really good either. There's probably something good there. Or maybe something
I guarantee there's a lot of gay military terminology.
Oh yeah, but it's just like one thing, like, you know, they give you the punchline, but like, Top Gun 3, don't ask, don't. Yeah, I can see that. All right. My storyline, I was just writing like a small one and ended up writing a very long one. So I'm just gonna tell it. I'm gonna story tell it instead of like pitching it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I'll do the storyline first, and then I'll do the rest of it. So Maverick is at the lead of this big but routine NATO flight exercise over the Ukraine, right? And in the briefing, they're talking about, now we're doing actual countries.
We're in murky water. We're in murky waters now. Okay.
We're doing real countries. No more like, here's Op 4 or whatever. Here's like this nameless bad guy. We're in the Ukraine doing NATO flight exercise. And in the briefing, they talk about how there's been like a media blackout in Russia and a lot of inner turmoil. And Maverick gets a distress call while he's on a flight that's just a little bit away from their flight path. It's technically in Russian airspace, but, you know, Maverick being Maverick, he's going to go take a look anyway. So after getting into the airspace, what's up?
Oh, I just said, of course.
Yeah. After getting into the airspace, his radar and all of his other instruments get jammed. They're ambushed by a bunch of next-gen fighters, and one of them alone shoots down most of Maverick's squad. And Maverick radios in that he thinks it's a Russian fighter ace that he's had run-ins with before. And they have a dogfight, and eventually Maverick gets shot down. And turns out that a far-right faction has taken control of Russia's military in the region. Since Maverick disobeyed orders and was technically over Russian airspace, NATO doesn't have any immediate recourse. And the U.S. Air Force is able to figure out that Maverick ejected. He pulled his ejector seat, but Russia denies having found any surviving pilots. And Russia, after this, starts ramping up its war efforts, sending in these high-tech drone fighter bombers to attack civilian targets. So NATO approves shooting down anything that enters an established no-fly zone. And Rooster and his squad, Miles Teller, they go into their first engagement thinking that's going to be easy to shoot down a bunch of robots, but the drones crush them, and they seem to anticipate their every move. And back at base, the team talks about how the drones moved like Maverick, and the brass comes to the conclusion that Maverick must have turned on them and is training the Russian Air Force on how to program their drones. And Rooster and his team are obviously like the only dissenting voices, saying Maverick would never betray them. But then the Russian media releases a video that seemingly shows Maverick disavowing the U.S. and swearing allegiance to Russia. And the team realizes that this must have been, like, they have their tech guy, which I guess is like Louis Pullman in this, right?
Yeah.
Because he has the glasses. He realizes that it must be made with AI, and that they must physically, in order to make it that look that good, they physically must have Maverick to make the AI that convincing. The brass disagrees because it doesn't explain why the fighters have gotten better. So the team comes up with a plan to purposely have one of them captured while they have a tracking device embedded under their skin so that they can find and rescue Maverick. The brass says no, but the team goes rogue and does it anyway. Rooster allows himself to get shot down and is brought to a KGB medical facility. And here he meets Maverick's his rival Ace, the guy he was radioing in about, who is now the head of the Russian Air Force Research Division. Rooster demands to see Maverick, and the Ace is like, oh, you'll see him. And he brings him to a room where he sees Maverick comatose on a bed with a machine hooked up to his brain. The Maverick Ace admits that the distress signal was just a ruse to get Maverick and shot down and to use his knowledge of American fighter tactics to program his drones. So half the rest of the squad, they track Rooster and they infiltrate the facility on ground. And when they get to Maverick, they realize that if they disconnect him from the machine, he could die.
What the fuck?
Rooster decides that Maverick would rather die than live like that. So they grab him, they go to a nearby airfield where they steal fighters to escape, while the other half of the squad, which is in the air, attacks the airfield and they destroy all of the remaining manned fighters except for one. Maverick's fighter rival decides to fly the last remaining fighter and chase them, joined by a bunch of the unmanned drones. As the two sides struggle in a dogfight, a weakened Maverick regains consciousness in the backseat of Rooster's fighter. And after Rooster gives him the lowdown of what's going on, Maverick basically gives him the ideas on how to defeat his own tactics, his own ideas. This culminates in Rooster shooting down all the drones and his team shooting down the rest of the drones, and Maverick Rooster beating Maverick's rival in a dogfight as they make their mistake. And as they begin to celebrate, Rooster turns and realizes that Maverick has died.
Oh, no.
And they land back to the base to a full hero's welcome with everyone all set, hats off, as they ceremonially remove Maverick's body from the plane. And at his funeral, they talk about how that Russian faction lost power after the disgrace of that defeat, and Rooster and his team get their next posting on the brand new aircraft carrier, the USS Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick's real name. What do you think?
Is his consciousness uploaded into the plane? Can we do that? So he's a plane now. Pete Mitchell. They somehow steal the tech that the Russians were using to
It'd be kind of funny
into Tom Cruise's brain, and then they put it in the plane, and so Maverick is just a plane, just a plane
forever.
It's just Knight Rider.
It'd be kind of funny if they did that at the end of Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Just put him in a
put him in not Iron Man, Iron Giant. I meant at the end of Iron Giant, where it's just like a beeping.
No, kind of like Tony Stark being an Audi.
Yeah. So that's a story. And for the co-star, I wanted to make the head of the NATO task force, Craig T. Nelson, just one of those guys you want in a movie like this. I feel like he's just got a great presence.
Yeah.
And then the second one, Eben Moss-Bacharach as the head of their squadron. Love him. Just want him involved in this sort of stuff. And then the antagonist, the rival fighter ace, Jason Isaacs. Just an all-time great villain.
Great Russian
as well. And then the misc here I threw on here is that it's a given with this movie, no matter what, but as much practical as possible, obviously.
Yes.
Just as much practical as
you think Tom Cruise would cut open his head?
Physically actually cut open his head for sure. I wasn't even thinking it would look like that. And I was almost also thinking this obviously would be too sci-fi for a Top Gun sequel. But if they did a thing where it's they were keeping him in a beaten sort of semi-sedated state where they're injecting with that shit. What is that? Whatever that truth serum bullshit's called. I forget what it's called, sodium something.
Ketamine?
Nitrate. Yeah, just injecting the ketamine. But if they're just keeping him in a beaten state and just constantly grilling him, trying to get tactics out of him, that would work too. But I think the idea of them trying to beat him, basically, I think that would be cool. And I think that Maverick having a cool send-off like that would also, I like it. I don't know. What do you think?
I like it. I want to watch both our movies.
Yeah.
I really do.
In very different moods.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it is probably too sci-fi. Do you think they'll go? Because they've been so traditional in the first two, obviously, very anti-tech.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how many times can you do anti-tech the movie?
So I think that's kind of where they are in a rough spot, right? Because they found a way they built the setting and the circumstances so that they couldn't use high tech in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So like you could do that again, but I feel like maybe the third time we're gonna be
Yes.
like,
Really? Like this is the power went out? Like really?
yeah. I mean, they could literally just end with like the reality of, yeah. By the way, this was the 1A 1B choice was Mads Mikkelsen.
Also works.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that like you do need to do drones at some point. I feel like that's like just a necessary evil. Because if you just pretend like that dogfights are still a thing when they aren't, like it does lose a little bit of a luster.
Yeah, they could probably pull it off, but I do agree that I would like to see him like at least a little something, like beat the machines.
Yeah,
like, don't take him out of the
exactly.
equation entirely.
Exactly, him beating the machines would be awesome. It'd be amazing. Iowa to Berry. Iowa to Berry could be in this too. We'll find a place.
She probably will be.
Could be a fighter pilot
and everything.
Yeah, should be a fighter pilot. No question. But yeah, so that's our Top Gun draft. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to throw them out there. But that was fun. That was something where I was like, oh, we'll do like a quick little fun Top Gun draft. And I'm sitting there, I'm like 10 paragraphs deep in my Top Gun 2 spec script. And I want to get it made.
You actually had this just laying around. You were waiting for the announcement.
Yeah, the entire time.
Oh, dude, we forgot to talk about Wes Anderson, the title of Wes Anderson's next movie.
Oh yeah, the Polynesian whatever.
The Phoenician Scheme.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He really just motherfucker cannot help himself. He's got to be the most whimsical man in the room.
Always.
Michael Cera playing an espionage, dark espionage movie, which I highly doubt that's what it's. I think it's obviously bright.
For Lift, I will say that's something on its face. You think
Lift?
It's this Kevin Hart heist comedy. I will say you think you see Kevin Hart at the helm of a movie nowadays, and I feel like you just think, oh, this is gonna suck, because he just had that period where he just put out shit movie after shit movie after shit movie.
Yeah, I mean he's got
Gary Gray.
No one to blame but himself.
Gary Gray is directing. Gary Gray, I feel like I like almost every movie he makes, even if like they're not great. He really only makes movies that I enjoy, at least.
Very entertaining, like to say the least. Like they're always entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Like even just go down like his last grouping, like Straight Outta Compton, Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh yeah, he did.
The Italian Job. Yeah, Law Abiding Citizen's awesome. I mean, obviously, The Italian Job is sick.
Yeah,
The Italian Job is the new one, is an awesome movie. So yeah, that's one where I think that it could work. The rest of the cast is odd too. It's like Vincent D'Onofrio, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Billy Magnussen, who I guess is just a heist movie guy, or not Billy Magnussen. Who's that German dude?
Oh yeah, the guy who was in Money Heist.
Matthias Schwarzenhoff or something like that. Billy Magnussen, not him. I think we interviewed Billy Magnussen once.
We did. He was awesome. Very funny.
Yeah, handsome dude. Oh, Jean Reno in this. Yeah, makes sense. Paul Anderson. Jean Reno is in this. I haven't seen him in something in a while.
Who?
Jean Reno. You've seen Leon the Professional, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he hasn't been in, I mean, American at least.
Yeah.
Movies.
So I don't know. I'll take a peek at it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're playing brother and sister, right? In some sort of what was it?
This got no movement on social, which is funny because like this news comes out 2 years ago and it's like the biggest news ever. But yeah, no, I think it'll be very good.
The Fountain of Youth from Guy Ritchie. They must use their knowledge of history and follow clues in an epic adventure to change their lives and possibly lead to immortality. I will say, I want movies like this. I want a lot more movies like this, like adventure, historical, legend movies, like shit like Indiana Jones. Yeah, just like, but like treasure hunting adventure movies, I feel like are in its own world where like they really, I think when for dudes around our age, like that is the goal. Like that, we love shit like that, and I want a million times more of it, and we don't get it. And when we do get it, it's like really nasty to look at shit like
I mean, all right, so Uncharted and what was the other one? Lost City of D came out last year. Neither one were good. Like I don't think they're very good movies, but I was entertained by both just because like that's just fun. Like just running around the globe looking for treasure. Like It always plays. It just does.
Cutting through the jungle, solving riddles, doing shit. Like that stuff is always cool. It always works. And even if the movie is bad, it's made better just from the subject matter. So all they have to do is figure out how to make a good movie. And Guy Ritchie's made plenty of those. And
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he has that. Sorry,
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say I saw a clip of Snatch yesterday on Instagram and opened up the comments. Someone brought up something really good, or something like very like clear to me. And it's just like Guy Ritchie needs to start making his movies like dirtier again. Like they're just too. That's really what's missing. They're so clean. Like the dialogue really hasn't changed much. They're still very similar to what he used to make, but the way it looks, just like if it was dirtier and grimier, like it felt like you were actually in Britain. Like that would help so much with like his later stuff.
I will say though, for what it's worth, the Gentleman not very dirty, but very good. I stand up heavily for the Gentleman. I think the Gentleman is awesome.
But wouldn't you agree if it had been like dirtier, not had that sheen on it? Like it would have looked a lot better in trailers, at least. Like that's another one where I thought the trailers were terrible for that movie.
Yeah, that's also funny. We were talking about Tom Cruise so much because again, we were just talking about this yesterday. Like Tom Cruise basically made the career of Guy Ritchie by getting people to show up for the distribution premiere or distribution screening of Lock, Stock. It's crazy. Like Guy Ritchie doesn't exist. Jason Statham doesn't exist. Dexter Fletcher doesn't exist. Like all these actors and these people just don't be in the movie world.
The movies don't exist. Steven Spielberg doesn't exist without
Steven Spielberg. Yeah, no chance. I like The Covenant. I think The Covenant was very underappreciated. And I think it's maybe because it came out around the same time as that very similar Gerard Butler movie, Kandahar. And people are just like, oh, these are just two shitty movies. But yeah, that is.
King Arthur was good. Shut up, Jake.
King Arthur.
It
makes no sense. It's a stupid movie. There's no doubt. It's a stupid movie, but it is fun. I've watched that on FX probably 1,000 times.
Exactly. It's fun. I don't care.
It's a fun ass movie. Yeah, they had like more. I think like Morgan Freeman was in it. Like it made like it was great. Like Clive Owen was playing King Arthur. Was that Keira Knightley? Right?
Yeah.
Dude, weird cast, and they had some like good people on the side of it, like the random like whatever Lancelot and shit. Characters were cool. But yeah, Operation Fortune, I don't think was on. I think like Covenant.
That one got fucked by COVID.
Badly.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like absolute. Like it got fucked on production, then like again on distribution.
Yeah, we did a.
Abigail. Oh yeah. Looks fine.
Yeah,
looks good. I mean, I'll support Melissa Barrera. So,
did we ever air our interview with Josh Hartnett?
Nope.
For this movie, because we interviewed him. We certainly interviewed him. And I think we had to because of the delays, like we just never got to do it.
Yes.
But yeah, we did a full ass interview with him. He was very cool, and then we just never aired it. I guess never got a chance to. Another one we had that was really cool that we never aired. We did an interview very early with Keith David, very early in the LCB history. Like it was like probably like our third interview while at Barstool. And like it was so funny because we were doing like the shitty old studio, and Keith David, he just shows up wearing an all purple jumpsuit and a Kangol, and like every actor that comes in for an interview, they have an entourage, always have an entourage. He just came in by himself wearing again all pink like suede jumpsuit.
How you doing?
With his amazing voice, and he just shows up and like,
sorry to bother you. I'm sure that was that what he was.
This is before that. This is even before that. I don't even remember. I know what we were at. No, it was for some show.
Welcome to hell. I can't do it.
Yeah,
that's
no
a
one
great
can do his voice. I think it was Green something that he was doing it for. But like I was just sitting there like I was like, Jeff, I'm saving the last like 7 minutes so I can just talk to him about the Arbiter and Halo. And I was like, he's not going to know much about it. He's just a voice actor. Like, he doesn't, and he was very into it. He was very into the Arbiter shit, very into Halo, very into all of it. Very cool.
That's
very
funny.
Cool, dude.
That's awesome.
Who had the biggest entourage that we've seen? Soldier Boy, probably. That I've seen. Not, and it wasn't for us. It was just in the office.
Yeah, I was trying to think for us.
Soldier Boy had like, I'm not exaggerating. Soldier Boy had like 26 people. I think, and that's putting it conservatively, like with him.
If he needs a token white guy, I'd love to be in the Soldier Boy crew. I can crank that.
The Soldier Boy's army. Yeah, he walked around handing out cards, signed cards of himself. Like, it's really weird. It was Greenleaf, by the way. That was the show. I think who is for ours? I don't know.
No one really ever brought in more than like 2. I want to say.
I feel like sometimes they'd have more, but they'd be in the green room. I think that like when we leave, you know, like when we go and leave, and like there would be at least like 1 or 2 actors that would have like a decent chunk.
Yeah,
like they'd have like 5 people maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't really remember. Some people, it is really cool when the actors come in, they don't have a lot. Like Jesse Eisenberg would have like 1 dude maybe.
Yeah,
and it was just like a driver. And I'm trying to think of who else.
People would bring in just their assistants or like their like family sometimes, or
yeah,
like
who's tiny homie Buster Scruggs?
Oh, that's fuck. God damn it.
William Dean.
It's not William.
I love him too. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
there's a William.
He's a
3-name guy.
Bro, brother, where art thou? Fuck, what the fuck is his name?
He's got 3 names. Tim Blake
so
Nelson.
Distinct. Yeah. Yes, he's a great actor.
He and he like 1 person, and he also had like in his pocket just a massive notebook. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
He just had like a leather bound book that was like this thick, all filled in, and like a pen. It was crazy. And he was also maybe the shortest person we've ever interviewed. I was shocked by how tiny he was. Yeah, tiny dude.
They're always smaller.
Always smaller.
He just got out of the pool. Zoe Deutsch came in with that one guy who went viral, like mega viral, like over the summer. I guess he's huge on film TikTok now. If you follow a guy with a movie camera, he was like in Deutsch's entourage for some reason. I don't really know why, but he was cool.
He was cool. I'm trying to think who else. No one else where I think had like an interesting one. Yeah, but anyway, that's it. Tim Blake Nelson, great in holes, great in everything. I don't think there's any role where I was like, Tim Blake Nelson is bad. Like, he's just great in everything he ever does.
What's it called? Green Lantern. He played the villain.
Who is the actor that was least like you would expect them to be? I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, they're always kind of like what you expect.
Yeah, there's not really that are like not human. Like they're usually like they'll be a little like guarded at first, and then like once you talk to them, it's just a regular dude, regular girl, doesn't matter. I think who else? Who wasn't like we expected them to be? We interviewed homie from Vikings, guy from Vikings. Shit, I forget his name, but we interviewed him, and we interviewed him over the phone. And this is like over COVID. We interviewed him over the phone. He's like, yeah, he can't do video. And we're like, okay. We interviewed him over the phone, and it was like 2 a.m. Australia time. And he was just like, fucking, I don't know, mates. I was in World of Warcraft. And we're just like, that's cool stuff. It was, I don't think we aired the interview. I think who else?
Who is not like what you'd expect? I really don't have anything. Ray Romano was just like way more laid back than I would expect. Like, obviously he's a comedian, but he came in and he was just like hanging out with your buddy's dad. Honestly, you would not know that he was like one of the richest actors in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was really good.
Outside that, everyone's like what you expect. Like it's kind of hard to put on a completely different personality, I guess, like 24/7 while you're doing this.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for today's episode.
Yeah, you seen anything this weekend?
Mean Girls. I already saw Beekeeper, so I new Mean Girls, and I think what else I have to see. Or else I'm backed up on a couple things, but I think that'll be the top one.
Still trying to see Monster, but it keeps playing at like 11 o'clock at the one theater in town playing it. So I'm seeing Mean Girls tonight, and then I'll try to see Beekeeper. We have a 3-day weekend, so.
Yeah, how about you watch football, you fucking pussy?
Yeah, whatever. Season's over. There's no more football. Sports lame as hell.
All right, but that's the episode. We'll be back let us know what you thought of our Top Gun ideas, and we'll be back next week. Have a nice weekend, though.
All right, see ya.
If I can end the stream, because my internet's
See.
fucking StreamYard stinks.
Later.